You can't see me. My time is now. It's John Cena. It's Friday night. Wrestling Gab. That's Dalitha. I am Travis.
We're matching shirts today. Oh my god, that's creepy. Look at that. We have matching shirts. We're both in blue today. That's crazy stuff right there. All right. How's everybody doing out there? Everybody having a good Friday the 13th? Anybody do anything fun or exciting? They still gonna do anything
good
fun?
Shit.
Exciting with some good shit happening. I did a lot of stuff today. I was gonna go to Idaho Falls and I was gonna go to dinner, but that didn't happen.
Life happened and it fell through.
So I am not going to be doing that. So I did other stuff instead. You need to turn down your shit.
I did.
It's
right
loud.
before I turned it on, and then it was on, so I must turn on my ringer.
Yeah. That's what you did.
All right, so they got plans for King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring coming up in October. It looks like, and it's going to culminate in Saudi Arabia, maybe. Can you imagine them crowning a queen in Saudi Arabia in their full bodysuits?
That's funny. Can you flip it so I can see the peeps? Talk to the people. Yep, that's it. There we go. Well, hello, all the people out there. How's everybody doing? Looks like we got Sean Gordon in the chat. Hi, Sean. We have Sophie with us tonight. We have Walter out there. Walter's like AEW Rampage TNT. I can watch it. Can you, Walter? And Roberto is in the chat also saying hello, starting with John Cena. Yep, he was out there.
Do you remember Vicky Joseph?
No.
It was in our chat.
Yeah, kind of.
And they just disappeared.
Yeah.
And then Guy Jolson.
Kind of. Yeah.
I thought they were regulars.
Yeah.
I found them in our little band group.
What?
Yeah, so I released them into the wild.
Oh, I don't remember them ever having that problem.
Well, anyways.
Well, I wonder if that one ended because of what they were doing, because they were doing weird stuff. And I think that one was doing the same thing, but
I thought
we'll
Guy
see what
was
happens.
just a normal regular. I thought he was in here last week.
No.
But he obviously couldn't have been.
Nope. No, that had to have been a while ago, and I don't think so. Anyways, we got Sophie with us tonight. Hey, Sophie. We also have Walter and Aaron out there. All right. Hello, everybody. And John Cena's out here talking to us again this Friday. John Cena's like, I have no life, and I need payments.
He's got a life. He's got the #1 life in the world.
Sophie's like, the backstage morale at WWE NXT has been down lately. Yeah, I really don't feel bad for them. They need to pull up their big girl and boy panties and get out there and do their jobs. Walter's like, Friday the 13th, good day. Yes, it is. It is a wonderful day.
Talitha's very tough on people. No victimship here.
I just don't like, I have no feel bads or patience for it in life anymore. Everybody has shit. Fucking get over it. Or work through it. One or the other. But don't bring it and pouty pout about it to everybody else. It's just, it's babyish.
That crowd.
Dumb.
Little Cena crowd chants.
Cena. So there are rumors that they also going to do the King of the Ring tournament at the same time as they are going to do the Queen of the Ring.
Yes, that's what I had heard too.
Sophie says, I don't understand that Cena, he granted over 650 wishes over the years.
Lots of wishes. He's always doing it. Always helping charity.
You know, I don't think that
Never give
that
up.
makes... Okay. Just because you do those things doesn't always make you a good person.
Are you trying to say John Cena's a bad guy?
No. But I'm saying that that doesn't make it so people will like you. That's not why you do those things. You don't do it for people to like you.
Yeah, it's better to do it without the lights on than with the lights on.
You know, yeah, they talk about it, but they don't really talk about it. You know what I mean?
When you give somebody charity, don't record it and put it on your internet page.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's not really giving charity.
Yeah, and John Cena doesn't do
boosting
that
your own
stuff.
morale.
You know, he doesn't, like, propagate it or, you know, or advertise it. Like, look at me, this is what I do.
His towel. That's what his towel is when he first comes out. Look at this! Roman Reigns showing up!
Is him...
It says never give up. It's a towel.
Yeah, but that's not him saying, "Here, look what I did. Here's all my videos of it."
Oh, no.
I'm talking about, yeah, he wants them to never give up, but that could be for anybody. That doesn't mean it's just about people that he's granting wishes to. You know what I'm saying? Like kids that have issues or possibly dying. That's not what it's about. It's about anybody out there.
Have you ever seen, do you know who Theos is? Theos was a giant metal monster in Greek mythology.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Thanos.
Theos.
Same guy.
Anyways.
Did he have a gauntlet of rings?
No. The little stones.
Anyways, sorry, go ahead. So, Theos.
Yeah, that's who Roman Reigns, that little statue thing that they have.
Oh.
That's what it reminds me
Where he,
of.
like, screams out and things come out of his face and then he,
like
disintegrates.
It's like clay animation from the old Greek mythology shows.
Your favorite.
It is my favorite.
Walter's like, tell me who's on SmackDown on Fox right now. Preseason football on Fox. Boo. What? They're putting preseason football on your Fox? That's messed up,
On a
Walter.
Friday night? I didn't even know they
It's
had
Roman Reigns. We've got Roman Reigns. We got John Cena out there. Now we've got Roman Reigns coming down to the ring, Walter. Sophie says, I wonder what the backup plan would have been if they didn't get Cena for SummerSlam this year. I'm sure they would have found something.
They would have done something. I mean, obviously, they could have just went with the Finn Balor storyline and maybe moved it to the first one of the night instead of the last one of the night.
Yeah. Sophie says, do you think they would have turned Roman heel last year if there was no COVID? Alita's saying yes, and Alita's in the chat. Welcome, Alita.
Yeah, it's hard to say. But I would assume that they still would have. I mean, it was probably in the plans for years. And we're just waiting for Roman to say yes. Finally give the final word. And who knows? Maybe Vince wanted a babyface. He kind of does like the babyface. And I would assume that a babyface will beat Roman at WrestleMania. He likes doing that.
Yeah, but it's gonna, he wanted Roman to have a good reign of being a champion. And we knew that was gonna happen, right? I mean, we knew that at some point Roman needed to be a champion, but Roman needed to be a champion that meant something. When he was a good guy, it was just like, ugh.
I feel like
Blech.
It's almost impossible in today's age, with everybody being so cynical, to be a babyface and liked.
Which is weird because you would think they would love the baby faces because the baby faces are all sensitive and caring and, oh my gosh, do you want a participation trophy?
Maybe.
I'll totally give you a participation trophy.
Maybe they should go that route and make one that is that.
That's the 24/7 belt. It's a participation trophy.
You obviously don't know what I'm talking about.
You mean a baby face. You're talking about a dude.
Design a wrestler. It doesn't matter if he's babyface or a heel. And literally make him like... Have you ever seen...
PC Principal?
Yeah. Maybe not that extreme because he's a little violent, but like a little softer than that.
Right.
A little softer around the edges. But that character.
Right. Huh. That's crazy. All right, let me do a trivia question real quick.
Somebody that's going to question why there's a women's division. Why there's just not one division. Why we're not all the same.
Why don't we all belong? Okay, I think I read that one. And I think I read that one. All right, here is a trivia. Who was the first WWE superstar to publicly call Triple H and Shawn Michaels a couple of degenerates? We have Ravi in the chat. Hey, Ravi, wants to know if the show's any good. No, it has fucking John Cena and Roman Reigns on it.
Of course it's good.
No, I'm going with the fact of Walter. Walter's booing, and it's not any good if Walter boos.
He's booing because he loves it.
Alita's like,
He's wooing. Woo.
Alita says, Atlanta plays all Falcon games. And Rob like, on SmackDown Live, right? Walter's like, hey, Alita, do you have NFL on? Sophie says, at one point, Daniel Bryan was rumored for SummerSlam this year.
He could still show up.
You never know. We don't know what's happening with his life. I don't know. Do you know? Do you call him at home? Bobby's like, showing good. Also asked that. Sophie says they had many chances to turn Cena heel when he was in the same position as Roman is in now, but they didn't pull the trigger. They wouldn't probably because John Cena maybe didn't ever want to.
No, he does not.
He
Hogan
never,
told
ever,
him he's
ever,
got another
ever.
10-year run in him if he wants it.
Yeah.
If he turned heel today, he's got a 10-year run as a
Of
heel.
being a douche.
if he wants it.
Yeah.
But he don't want it. He can make $20 million a movie.
Right? Alita's like, no, I want wrestling. And Walter's like, delete, they're being funny, LOL. And Robbie's like, D, what you chatting about? You know, participation trophies and all that garbage. Sophie's like, they tried making Steve Austin and Hulk Hogan heels, and that didn't work out great. Actually, Hulk Hogan was a great heel.
Hulk Hogan did great as a heel. I have to admit, it broke me it changed my life because I was in junior high when that happened, and
it's like he's my hero, and then all of a sudden he's like an asshole, and you're like,
well, he wasn't yellow and black, and he didn't come out to his music anymore, and so it was just like,
it's not the Hulk Hogan I know and love.
So that was gone until for freaking ever. I mean, it was gone for.
Did you come to love the heel Hulk Hogan, though? Like, did you start loving his persona?
I liked it, and I liked Hulk Hogan, and he still got me excited. Very few wrestlers get me from, like, this to standing up. Brock Lesnar's one of them. Hulk Hogan's one of them. Stone Cold Steve Austin will get me going. You know?
Yeah.
Hogan calls it getting turned on. You get turned on. Like when a jet airplane takes off on the runway, and you kick back, that turns you on.
Yeah. That feeling in your gut where it quivers like Jell-O, but it's like this wonderful, awesome feeling, and you're like, yes. Yeah. Anyways, we got Vindicator in the chat, and the answer to the trivia was Bret Hart. If you guys guessed Bret Hart, congratulations, and thank you. You're amazing. And we have Sean Gordon giving us that answer, and Luke is in the chat. Hey, Luke says, hey, Delete and Trav, sorry for being silent the last few days. Been enjoying vacation. Jade got us both a full inclusive spa day today, and my God, I feel amazing. We are in Colorado and heading out. Sunday, heading west. All to the west. Head into the sunset.
To the west. You know that's the south, right? I'm glad you're here. To the south.
Exactly, year one. If you don't know, now you know. Sweet, Luke. Good to hear. You guys be safe on the road. Don't let any crazy people happen. Sophie says Randy Orton is like the Big Show and Mark Henry with heels and face turns every few months over his career. But Randy's never really full-blown heel and he's never full-blown face. He kind of walks that line and kind of teeters on either side for a little while.
You're talking about Randy? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Randy's...
He's like the perfect wrestler in that sense that he can play an asshole yet be really sweet about it.
There's another guy that plays it just as good as him. His name's Kevin Owens.
Yes, Kevin Owens does it too.
And Randy Orton are
like perfect. Really good at that.
So good at what they do.
Like they're like, oh yeah, you want to be friends? All right, here's an RKO for you. Bye bye. And then giggles and smiles about
Kevin
it.
Owens can team up with somebody. They can be the best tag team in the world, and Kevin Owens is gonna break their back one day.
Right? Like I hate you right now.
Same thing with Randy Orton. Randy Orton hooked up with Riddle, and you're like, yep, RKO coming.
Right? It was just a matter of when TikTok on that clock was happening. Everybody's like, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Everybody knew it was going to happen.
It had to happen.
It was going to happen. Ravi says, who's on now? Ravi, it's John Cena and Roman Reigns just talking in the middle of the ring. Nobody's really doing anything. It's a talking segment. This is the kind of crap that they did with Raw and everybody hated.
Well, John Cena's being the babyface, right? So Roman says that ring belongs to him.
Right.
John Cena says everybody knows it belongs to them.
Yeah. All that good stuff. Ooh, shut him up. Not like Roman talks that much, but, you know, hey. Walter's like, hey, Luke, you, yes, got it. And Vindicator says, okay, somebody let me know, is this a chat stream about wrestling and swindling, or did I make a wrong turn at Albuquerque? Well, if you were Bugs Bunny, you made a wrong turn at Albuquerque.
Always need to take that left.
Grant T's in the chat. Hey, Grant. Says Travis Brian Myers is facing Kenny Omega for the Impact title.
I heard that. He won a Battle Royal or something on Thursday.
Good. I hope he wins it so that Kenny doesn't have it anymore. Oh, wait. He has to keep it because what's-his-face is going for it. Cage.
But that's tonight.
Oh, at Rampage. That's right. So that means already that Cage is not going to win.
I mean, it could be Cage versus...
Brian Myers.
Brian Myers. You know who Brian Myers is.
No.
Yeah, you do.
I know him. Do I call him at home?
Maybe.
Probably not. I don't know
It's
him.
what's his name that lost all the time. He lost like 150, 180 matches in a row. Got fired. Him and Woo 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 were a tag team. They won the titles at WrestleMania.
I don't remember his name. Kurt Hawkins.
Kurt Hawkins.
Thanks, Grant. Anyways,
He was very rememberable to me. And that's how I could remember that.
Well, I don't remember him at all, so that's
Very
how memorable he is for me. Walter is like, what match was on? There isn't really a match. They're still just talking. It's John Cena talking, and it's funny because Roman Reigns is like not saying anything, and there's a guy in the audience that's like jumping up and down, and he's got acknowledge me on, so I'm not sure if he's for John Cena or if he's for Roman. I can't tell. I can't tell.
Making dick jokes.
Luke says the South is scary. I'm not heading that way. It depends on which part of the South you go to.
Oh, hell no. I'd go right through the South.
I mean, there might be spots that are scary, but I don't know if I'd really find the South that scary.
Not on this side of the states.
Oh, yeah. Maybe over on, Alita and Walter's side of the world. No, I'm just kidding. Nobody wants to go there. I'm just teasing.
No,
I would love to go to the South. I think
New Orleans
awesome.
was the murder capital of the world when I was in high school. But it's not
They
anymore.
overpassed, like, Chicago and Detroit.
Oh, easy. Washington, D.C. was when I went there in junior high.
That's crazy, huh?
It was nuts.
Anyways, he says, heading that. We are slowly heading towards you. We still have a month and a half since our jobs are currently shut down. Well, take your time and so on and so forth.
Do it on bikes.
Do it on bikes. Get on your fucking pedal bikes. But they got that road done yet?
Oh, that railroad?
No, not the railroad part, but the walking path. Remember that path?
It was a railroad.
Is that what it's
using
called?
old railroad tracks.
Oh,
And they're turning it into a walking path.
Oh, I didn't know it was railroad tracks.
That's why it's all connected. That's why it'll be easy.
Oh.
It's already made.
So are they taking away, like, railroad stuff that comes back and forth? Or was this, like, made and they remade a new one that was better?
This was made in, like, the 1800s.
Right, that's what I'm talking about.
They don't use it.
Okay, so it hasn't been in use forever.
It's overgrown. Most of it's lost.
You're overgrown.
But true.
I'm pretty sure that thing on the camera is starting to come out. Can you see the gap? Do you see what I'm talking about?
Are you talking about the plug?
I'm talking about the plug, not that goes like the 90 degree, but the down part onto the cord that's hooking into it. There's like a huge gap.
Well, that's our picture.
Well, that might be a bad thing if it goes out, huh?
Da, 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 da.
Grant T's like Roman about to get murdered in this promo.
Yeah. You don't want to play around with this guy.
Right? Grant's like Joe is at 1.9k subs.
He's doing
Good
great.
for him. That is amazing. Yeah, if you guys in here aren't, subscribed to Joe the Best Wrestling TV, go over there and subscribe. Give him a subscriber. He's trying to get to 2k, and we want to help him out.
Do we really want
Yeah,
to
Sophie says Cesaro is also good at being both face and heel. Yeah, he sometimes is.
Who?
Cesaro. Ravi says D with the more jibber jabber tonight. Sophie says we know this Roman Cena feud will lead to The Rock's return. Alita says they will show SmackDown tomorrow. Ravi says I'm missing nothing if Roman's on. Now, there isn't any wrestling on. It's just talking.
This is some good shit.
Don't lie.
This is my 2 cash cows here.
Smack.
Nobody smacks the boss man. Smack him on the ass. Give me on the ass.
Choking to death, you rotten thing.
Choking me around the waist. It's next. Yeah, there you go. Just seriously, quit with the puppet show. This isn't for children.
Sophie says, do you think Rampage will eventually go to 2 hours if it's a ratings success?
Yeah.
If it does, they'll have to change it to a different night.
I don't think it's going to be a rating success on a Friday.
No.
Thursday. The problem is they have a Wednesday. That only leaves Monday and Friday. And go ahead and do it on Friday. Just move it up. Do it right now.
Do it on a Saturday. Walter's like, thanks, Alita.
Oh! It wasn't good enough for Nikki Bella.
Yeah, I had to go get a nobody instead. Sophie's like, this Cena Roman segment reminds me of the feud they had in 17. I guess. He's going to retain it. Vindicator's like, we all know Bugs is a genius. Just saw Stuffy Duck and Elmer Fudd and Wile E. Coyote. So are y'all seeing the same thing as me? Who is that guy in green running his mouth and saying nothing? You already know who he is, Vindicator. Don't lie that you don't know.
Nobody knows who he is.
I want Paul Heyman to sing his theme song. It was perfect. Luke says, from Texas eastward, it's scary as hell. Is it?
There you go.
As Alita says, the Appalachians are scary. Oh, so you guys are talking about the Appalachians.
Well, there's a lot going on in that area. You don't want to get lost in those woods.
Sophie says, with them not showing SmackDown in certain markets tonight, that will stink for them ratings-wise. Yeah, because you aren't watching it the night of. You need to be embarrassed. Embarrassed.
It's not working. I think it's working just great.
Ravi says, D, your t-shirt matches your eyes. My eyes aren't blue.
Her eyes are swamp water brown.
My eyes are the color of pond muck, just so you know. Luke says New Orleans is still a murder capital, then St. Louis, Detroit, Chicago, then Houston.
He built Suplex City.
Ooh, did he?
He did. He got suplexed 17 times and then pinned. So that's where Suplex City came from.
Oh.
So yeah, he built it, but he was the
brunt
mortar.
Of it.
He was the mortar and the blocks. He wasn't the architect.
He's going to be a trivia question answer. Luke says New Orleans is... Oh, I already read that. But New Orleans is still the murder capital.
Well,
then St. Louis, Detroit, Chicago, then Houston. That's always nice. Vindicator says, I heard mini shotguns are used quite frequently in the southern area of the divided states of animosity. Nice, Ben. Sophie says, are you guys going to watch Rampage as well, like most YouTubers are doing?
I am not sure. I don't think we will. I kind of want to get an idea of what's happening with the show. I do want to watch it. I'm going to watch the show. I just don't know if we're going to do it live. I know they have 3 matches already set up.
Ooh.
You just do that, Germany.
Yeah. Yeah. Because he's cool. Walter's like, Travis with hand puppet. Robbie's like, Roman and Cena are so stinky, I'm close to spraying my air freshener. Well, they're done. So, Sophie says, if Rampage does become 2 hours and competes against SmackDown, it will be like when WCW Thunder tried to compete against SmackDown.
Yeah. Although Thunder was not good. I'll be the first to admit that. Thunder was awful. Because it was recorded. I didn't like anything that was recorded.
But here it says, now the guy in the black shirt is slobbering a bit. What's wrong with these wrestlers and their oral fluid conditioning? I think they just like to spit all over the place.
Just get it out.
They're like, and this is why you guys all need to be, shot.
Oh, Boogs.
For King Nakamura with Rick Boogs. I don't think he's really doing anything with his guitar.
No, he's definitely not playing right now. That's music over. That was just air guitar.
He's air guitaring on a real guitar. That's just weird as shit.
I do think he really plays the guitar when
yeah, he does, yeah. He has the system and everything, so I'm sure he does. Robbie says, I thought as a 1K special, D would sing WWE theme tunes. No, we will get popped for
no copywriting.
We'll get popped for copyright if Dalitha sings anything. Or Travis can get away with it, I guess.
I think we might even have the super chat set up. I'm not sure. Do you guys see the super chat
Mine shows it.
It's a little dollar sign in the corner. Does yours show it?
Uh-huh. It's right there.
I have mine on full screen, so I can't see it.
Right there.
Donate.
No. We're not donating to ourselves. It's weird.
Let's see if it works.
Yeah, we finally got super chats. Yeah.
Matthew
all right.
Meditz always wants to buy us a cup of coffee. Remember?
Nice. That's nice of him.
He's always like, hey, how do I get you guys a cup of coffee?
Right?
And it's like...
Well, it's not like it's $1 anymore. It's like $2.50 for a cup of coffee anymore.
You're going to have to give us more than $2.
Here's a trivia question for you. What are the 2 words that D-Generation X had for you during the Attitude Era? Walter says John Cena will win at SummerSlam. Ooh, you think so, huh? Vindicator says the guy in the green is wrong about failures. I heard the guy in black defeated a guy who became a legend at WrestleMania. That same legend beat the guy in green very quickly. Brock Lesnar?
Green. Black.
The legend.
Undertaker.
Oh. Sophie says Tony Khan confirmed that Rampage won't have 4 commentators every week. So it's just because of their beginning one, their first one, they got a few more extra people. That's nice of them.
Next week, CM Punk. It's almost confirmed. It's not. But they're teasing it so bad that it's either going to be or they're faking the whole about everybody out.
Alita says our Mercedes is nice filled tonight. Are you talking about the stadium?
Yeah, they might be in the Mercedes arena.
Oh, okay. Vindicator says, Bianca and Sasha are so cute together with their little glamorous promo pics, aren't they? Robbie says, when's the buff ting Sasha on? Sometime tonight. And they're just doing a contract signing
yeah,
as of right now.
Yeah, it's going to get violent. God, this hat's heavy. Feel how heavy that is.
Yeah, it's a very heavy, nice hat.
You gotta have a big fat neck.
It's a good thing that you have one. Sophie says SmackDown was pre-recorded for years until they decided to make it live about 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah, I can't. I think it was a little bit longer than that. But yeah, once they went live, it just changed it. It made SmackDown a good show, too.
Sophie says, you finally got super chats. We did. Travis turned it on.
I had to.
We had it with the monetization, so we had to go in and actually turn it on.
And I think there's other stuff, too. I think we can, like, and I'm not sure how, but I think we can get, like, special emojis and things.
Stickers?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like super emojis.
And then
super
people,
stickers.
then you guys can have, like, your own stuff stand out.
Are you sure is that, or is that a membership thing?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Oh.
I'm saying there's things that can be done, but I don't know what.
I know that super chats and super stickers are different.
Fact.
Or together.
There he goes.
But
King
the same thing.
Nakamura. They don't like his name, Shinsuke, I guess. So is he going to lose the crown in October then?
Maybe. I have no idea.
Who should be the... in the back of McAfee.
He's such a wacko.
Flat out crack. He's
like, I got it from Edge, so it's probably good shit. Walter says 9:10 p.m. my time I'm going, but I will be here Monday for Raw. Still here. All right. Ravi says, D, that you have a voice of an angel. Does my voice sound like it's the voice of an angel?
You know who doesn't have a very good voice but sings really well? Is that Miley Cyrus. I was listening to her talk and she sounds like a drunken dude. Like that's been in a bar for like a decade.
Are you sure that's her real voice when she sings then? Or is it, done like Britney Spears' voice?
Got off the plane at LAX with my bladder and a da-da-da. I don't know the words. Fame excess.
The answer to the trivia question was suck it. I asked you a question, but you didn't answer it. You just
Of course she sings her own shit.
I didn't say she doesn't sing her own shit. I said, is it her voice, though? Or is it through the computer thing?
I'm pretty sure she does her own singing.
Like, is it like, oh, hey, I sing it, of course, but it's gone through a whole computer system, so it's all weird, like Britney's. Because her voice goes through that, and it's weird.
It's kind of a norm now. I'm pretty sure a lot of rappers even do it.
Possibly, I don't know.
All right, there's a Snapmare. Haven't seen one of those for a couple days. Oh, drops a knee right down on Apollo's neck. 2-win.
Oh, let's see. Sophie says, do you think they should announce CM Punk a week in advance to get more viewers to tune in?
No.
No, they usually,
What they need to do is say, we have a giant surprise.
Yeah.
And then have, Brock Anderson show up.
Yeah. Like
they did before.
And announce him like, oh my God, we have the greatest thing ever. We have this great surprise. It's Brock Anderson. Granty's like, Wrestling Gab, if Cena wins, do you think he will turn into 2005 Super Cena?
Thugonomics? No, I don't.
No. Doubtful.
I don't think he's going to win, but they could. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, if they had Cena win, they could do a lot of cool stuff with it for till WrestleMania.
Yeah. I was like, big up to you guys making that peak. Yes, we're totally making so much right now. But here's like, Sophie, memories are astounding. I can't remember what happened 5 hours ago. Must not have been impacting on your life. Alita says membership standouts. Yeah, membership standouts.
All that kind of stuff. Yeah, like Daniel Bryan, like if they want to introduce, like, we had to have a huge surprise next week. And then they have, all right, here he is, everybody. Daniel Wardship or whatever, and some weirdo comes out.
It's not even, like some guy nobody's ever heard of. They don't even know who he is.
Boog's running interference. Look at this, like Smokey and the Bandit. And Apollo's the Smokey. He just got booted! Oh, why would you be surprised? Oh, he might get kicked out too.
Were you gonna attack him? You're out too. Get out.
Sneeze just got eliminated.
Mr. Sneeze is out.
Apollo's begging for him to stay. They better go to a commercial. Yeah, they had to go to a commercial. They wouldn't have went to a commercial right there.
Goodbye.
Happening.
That's what Boogs was playing.
Yeah.
Da-na-na-na. Hey, hey, hey. All right, here's a trivia question for you real quick. Which former WWE superstar was known as the Ultimate Opportunist? What?
It's one of your favorite wrestlers.
Oh, is that? No, I already know the answer because I have the answers.
I know the answer because you're his super fan.
No, you're a super fan, all right. So if it's like, I don't do super chats for any YouTube channel. I want to, though, but I don't have any money or a card. It's okay, Sophie, we're poor, too. Help me, I'm poor. I'm just kidding, guys.
I do all my stuff through PayPal.
Oh, Walter's like, yes, I got it. Vindicator's like, is there any explanation for a guy wearing a Halloween military costume walking around a wrestling ring? He's very sneezy.
That's General Sneeze.
That's General Sneezy.
He's got a Nigerian nail in his pocket.
Ravi has a very, very serious question for you, Travis. Would you tap Miley Cyrus? Ew.
Probably.
Sophie's like, my memory is good because I have been watching old Raw episodes on the WWE Network. Nice. And Sophie says, Travis is already tapping Miley Cyrus with D. Aw, thanks. I look like Miley Cyrus. She's a creepy little girl. She's a very strange, odd duck, Miley
She's probably
Cyrus.
in her 30s, by the way.
I'm not sure how old she is. I don't think she's quite in her 30s yet. Close, maybe. Late 20s, I would think. Walter says, I liked Hulk Hogan red and yellow, but NWO Hollywood so-so. Oh, there you go. Aaron's back from his run. Sweet. Nice. Good for you, buddy. Wanting to know if we're going to do Rampage tonight. Probably not. We haven't really decided on that yet, guys. Robbie says, what is this, Wayne's World or wrestling? Totally Wayne's World. Wayne's World. Wayne's World. So he says, we still don't know this weird partnership between Shinsuke and Rick Boogs. He's just his entrance dude. That's all right.
Yeah, she's 28.
Yeah, not quite 30. She's still in her late 20s. Let's see. Aaron's like, what is Wayne's World? Look it up, bud. Walter says, funny SmackDown.
Wayne's World, party time. Excellent.
Sophie's like, I was too young for the Hulk Hogan era. And Walter says, Mike Myers, Aaron.
Austin Powers.
But here's like, so with pure wrestling, Travis, who wins This is using pure wrestling. Who wins a match between Roman, I just learned his name, versus Omega?
I guess if you're going to go with just wrestling and nobody knows anything and the lights are off and there's no fans in the seats or whatever, Kenny Omega. But
Yeah.
any other... if there's fans there, if it's on TV...
Extenuating circumstances.
Then Roman's going to win that one.
Because he's just, supposedly a higher champion.
If they did the storyline right, like if wrestling was just general, then he would beat Roman also as he's collecting all these titles. And then he would beat Bobby to collect his last belt.
Ooh, it's an Intercontinental Championship, huh? Absolutely
Yeah, but now it's
amazing.
one-on-one.
Yeah, no sneezing. And no boogs. All right, the answer to the trivia question was Edge. If you guys got Edge, you guessed it correct. He was the ultimate opportunist. There you go. Let's see. Robbie's like, D with the made-up question. No, it's actually real. Let's see.
Who did John Cena beat for his 17th title run?
Himself.
Roman Reigns.
Robbie
He said it earlier tonight.
Robbie says, go on, Travis would tap her. Probably. It's gross. Let's see. But Aaron wants to know if you would tap Scarlett Johansson. Vindicator's like, Travis, do you still have any VHS tapes with any wrestling classics on it?
You know what? I do not. I used to have a whole bunch. I don't anymore, no. After I got the network, I got rid of everything. Because it was all on the network.
And now you shouldn't have because they PC'd it all.
Happens.
By moving it to...
You have to delete history.
Some garbage thing.
Because then it never happened.
I know, right? If you delete it, it means it never happened.
But I do have a VHS tape. I do have one in this house. It's right there.
Ooh,
See it
there
on
it
top?
is.
It's the
Yep.
Ewok adventure. It's like the Ewoks from, what was that, Return of the Jedi?
Uh-huh.
But they had their own show. It was a Disney show of the week or something.
Uh-huh.
That's what it is. I got it right there.
Yep.
It's hard to find. I mean, you can find it. It's not impossible. But so I kept the VHS tape because that's what I have. And then I had it put on DVD. And I've still not watched it.
Such a good little show. Sophie's like, I like Miley Cyrus when she was Hannah Montana. We have Raul in the chat. Hey, Raul says,
Hey, Raul.
hello, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
How's your day starting out? Robbie's message retracted. Walter's like, oh, last. Sophie says, I wonder how long it took Christian to decide between re-signing with the WWE or sign with AEW.
Oh! The referee just caught it.
Ooh, with its cheating. It's like, dude, you can't cheat.
I
It's like,
don't
I
think
need a
WWE
sneeze.
would let him wrestle for him, so it was probably pretty easy because he wanted to wrestle. WWE wasn't going to let him wrestle with that head injury.
Yeah. Robbie says, D, if you were a ref, which match would you call?
What's your dream match to ref?
None of them. I don't have a dream match. I don't have a match to call.
You don't want to do a dream match?
No.
And be the... Does he say ref or to
ref.
actually announce?
A ref.
Okay. To referee.
So if it says, I remember the Edge cash in on both Cena and Undertaker.
That's awesome.
Robbie says, WWE doing up money mat delete. Yeah. Doing up. Sophie says, VHS tapes, they are still a thing. It is the year 2021.
I don't have a VCR.
I have a VCR.
This is not
And I have a whole bunch
I
of
had
VHSs.
a nice one. I just threw it away.
I have a VCR and I have VHS tapes. And there are Disney movies that have never been opened.
They're still in the plastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't even know if people would collect
I
them.
have DVDs that are still in the package too. That are
Nakamura, that's
Disney
it!
movies.
We're going to have a new champion!
Is he going to do it? Is he going to be the Intercontinental Champion?
Nakamura!
What?
He is the
King
new
Nakamura!
Intercontinental Champion, King Nakamura!
That guy in the audience was like, they're like, yeah, he's the king. Everybody else around him's like cheering. And he like turns to the camera like this.
That son of a bitch won.
Like, what?
I can tell you right now, I'm very disappointed right now. I like Nakamura, but come on.
You really wanted
Apollo was
Crews.
hot. They fucked him because they stopped him from talking. And he was doing fine. He just had to keep doing it. And now he doesn't talk anymore, so his storyline went to hell.
Ravi wants to know if you had a Betamax.
No.
Sophie wants to know if you would tap Melissa McCarthy.
No. She's funny though.
Vinegar's like,
I would tell jokes about it. I would flirt with her a little bit to make jokes of it. Because I think she'd be fun to play around with. Like
Vinegar's like, VHS tapes of players are still owned and operated by many senior citizens, but I will buck that trend when I reach the age of 70. Robbie says Sophie Dophie eBay still sells VCRs. Yes.
Yeah, you got to get a rewinder too. Sometimes they look like little sports cars or whatever. You stick your tape in there and you push it down and it goes, and then it pops open and then you take it out and put it back in the
never had one of those. Sophie says Ric Flair is going to AEW, but nobody knows the deal with his contract after he got released. I just don't see why he would even go to AEW.
He can do anything he wants. Why wouldn't he?
I don't know. It just seems
Charlotte
weird.
has no choice but to go to AEW.
Oh my God! Stop, people.
It's not rumors. It's facts.
Sure it is.
Her dad's there.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Her husband thing is there. Boyfriend, whatever they are.
Might as well call him married at this point, right? Just kidding. I don't know how long they've been together.
He knows her personally, in the biblical sense. Inside you.
Gross. Luna's in the chat. Hey, Luna, and Gothfleshy is out there too. Hey, Gothfleshy and Luna. Says, finally, all hail King Nakamura, Luna says, and Gothfleshy is like, all hail the king. All hail the king.
They're
and
just
Robbie
putting it
is
all
like,
on the
Naka's
king.
overdue for something, huh? Vinegar's like,
a
good.
king.
This Nakamura victory means no more Q-tip carrying Cruz.
No, it doesn't. He'll still be around.
Sophie says, I remember it was hard to tape shows with a VHS tape while a baseball or football game was on.
Right?
Robbie's like, D, everyone's stealing my lyrics, right? And Sophie's like, D, would you tap Stone Cold? No.
What?
No, I wouldn't.
I tell her all the time she needs to be more slutty, but she doesn't listen to me. Now she's not even tapping the legend Stone
Travis
Cold.
is like, I'm going to change my hat in the middle of wardrobe change. We're having a wardrobe change right now. Robbie's trying to tell me what I would do. Dude, you don't know me.
Oh, I know who you would do.
He's like, you definitely would. Oh, really? Would I? Do you know me? Do you call me at home? No, you do not.
Oh my God, are you calling me a slut? That's how you're supposed to react to
That's how Travis reacts to everything.
We
They want the
the smoke.
They want some gold around their waists. Sophie says, we got
Mine's
8
all
days
red.
of SummerSlam and sometimes it doesn't feel like it. Right? Their cups still are red. They just show them. Look, see? Little thing.
Do I look nerdy?
Yeah, so you look like a
Here,
major.
hold this.
No, I'm not holding anything with your nerdness.
Just hold it,
No! Get away from me and your weirdness.
Sophie.
Stay over there. Ugh.
Oh, you know what we could put in here? Graffiti. Oh, look, there's dog hair in there. It's gross.
Oh, lovely. That's nice. You should put water in it now.
Ew, I don't drink out of this. It's probably not BHP friendly.
Probably not. We have Tony Khan in the chat saying, hello, AEW fans. Don't miss our world premiere AEW Rampage when Kenny puts his Impact World title on the line against Christian Cage. You don't want to miss it on TNT. Thanks for that,
so
Tony.
Mr.
We
Khan,
appreciate that.
we've had AEW in here before, and we know what it's real.
Robbie's like, oh, D always at me. Well, you're the one that starts it, dude. Don't make yourself vulnerable.
Is she?
Sophie's like, Travis, would you tap... Pretty sure Robbie is a guy.
I said he.
Oh. Sophie says, Travis, would you tap AJ Lee? And D, would you tap AJ Styles?
Yes. Make Punk watch.
No, I don't think I want anything
Like
to
a
do with AJ
cockhold.
Styles. No. Alita says, I would tap Roman. AJ, Mansoor, Ali. Alita's like, I just go all over the place. And Glenn Jacobs is in the chat saying, you are not the real Khan. Long time, no while, everyone. That's right, Mr. Glenn Jacobs. You've been doing all your burial governorial work or whatever you're doing over there in Tennessee or Kentucky or whatever state it is you're in. Alita says, actually, I would 50 Shades the whole roster.
There you go.
Oh my God. We have gone to the dark place of Wrestling Gap right now. Porn time. All right, this is not a child-friendly site, just so everybody is aware. This is not child-friendly. All right, here is a trivia question for you.
I would say the same thing about the women's division, but I don't think I could play around with Shayna Baszler.
Which legendary team set a record with...
or Dewdrop or whatever name.
Which legendary team set a record with a 16-month-long WWE Tag Team Championship reign? And the question of it is it's not, I mean, which one would you take? Would you take Shayna or would you take Dewdrop?
Out of the two?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck. Fuck.
See?
Do I have to be seen?
Yes.
Like, this is going to be on
Like, you're going to have to
movie?
do walk of shame shit.
Shit. I almost said Shayna, and then I was like, oh, fuck. I don't know. Fuck. Man, those ones are hard. Probably Dewdrop. I don't know. Fuck.
So it's like the premiere episode of Rampage, the ratings would be interesting. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, that's for sure.
We know the first hour is going to, or, never mind. The first little bit is going to have higher ratings. I don't know about
the
whole
first
hour.
10 minutes.
Yeah, I said the first hour. It's a 1 hour show. Come on, Travis.
Robbie's like, that hat looked like something from a souvenir for a store. Well, it is. It's from the WWE shop, which is a store. And it's a souvenir. So it's like, Dee, since you like this type of guy, would you tap Larry the Cable Guy? No, I wouldn't tap that either. Now, if you asked, here, I'll give you a hint, Sophie. If you asked Cesaro, I would say yes. If you asked Hangman Page, I would probably say yes. If that gives you any ideas along what I would tap in the wrestling world.
She
Robbie
likes
says,
Jason Statham, and you can see that in Cesaro.
So there you go. Robbie says this chat getting out of control, all thanks to D. I did not start this conversation. This conversation was started by Ravi. Thank you very much. Ravi is the one who asked about tapping things. That's all his fault. Not mine. Nobody else.
You know what would be a cool shirt if anybody hasn't already made it? A hammer and a nail. And then the hammer say I would tap that. Is that already a thing?
Probably. I'm sure it is.
Somebody should Google that and then make millions off my idea.
The answer to that trivia question, if anybody wanted to answer it, if you even got the trivia question while Travis was yakking through it, is Demolition. That is the legendary team
Smash.
that set a record. They set the record.
Is this a tag team match?
I have no idea what it is.
Well, if you wouldn't talk so much. Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah, because the Street Profits came down earlier. That's why you have a stupid hat on. Sophie wants to know if you would tap Charlize Theron.
Yes.
And D, would you tap Seth Rogen? No.
Ew.
I would not. He's disgusting. On many levels of gross. Alita's like, Cesaro would definitely get. Right?
Never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Definitely gonna get it.
Sophie's like, I wonder what counts as a rating success for TNT.
I don't know.
Probably at least over 500,000 viewers, I would imagine. If they got more than that, would be great.
They gotta get way over that. If they only get 500, they need to cancel it or change the time.
Well, that was all that TNT or AEW Dynamite got for a long time. They were only getting over 500 million or 500,000 views or whatever.
7. They did drop down there, but it was only when they moved. Are you talking about Fridays?
No, I'm talking about when they first started.
They had 1 million their first night.
Yeah, but I'm talking like the next time
it was around 700,000 because they were beating NXT.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, they would have to at least get over 500,000 at least,
Chad Gable
right?
Wrestling.
I mean, I'm sure they'll get way more. I'm just saying.
Speaking of a Gable, there is a Gable that won the gold medal in the Olympics. I showed him to you. They call him Mini Brock.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
He had sexual assault charges filed against him. Not lately. It's older.
Your remote battery is very low.
Here you.
It's got 5%.
Hopefully there's some in here and more in the world.
Oh, yeah. That was the other thing from that store.
I just wanna blow.
Tag comes Dawkins. Oh.
Otis!
Otis totally, like, annihilated him. And then got a extremely large elbow to the chest area.
Chesticle.
And then Dawkins threw himself at him. And then thought he was going to get him again, but he missed. And then Otis was like, I pick you up and threw you down. Oh, he threw him over. And then he got up and made these weird faces. Like, weird faces. They're like wearing... Okay, so Otis has like... Oh my god, that's hilarious. So Otis, they have on matching little Lunatards now, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're unitards, but I call them loony-tards because they look so bad. Anyways, and so on the back of Chad Gable's at the top, he has Olympic rings because he was an Olympian.
Mm-hmm.
But Otis does not.
Does he have a stake?
No, it's some weird design. I have no idea what it is, but it's not
I
that.
wore this for 30 seconds. It made my neck itch.
Not surprising.
That's so crazy.
It's probably because you're like, it's on me. Alita's like, there was an emoji, right? Robbie says, what can I say, D? I'm a trendsetter. People like to copy me. Uh-huh. Manicure's like, I will continue to just sit back with my popcorn and watch X-rated bedroom discussions that are not really about a dance move where shoes make a certain noise on the ground.
Oh, shit! Is Ford okay? That's
Oh.
it. That's gotta be enough. 2 and 3. Street Profits.
They
Just
got the
roll.
win as
Alpha
poor
Academy.
Ford was getting his ass beat by Otis out there, throwing him around in the outside world.
Are they really just calling him Tez now? Look at this.
Threw him like, oh shit.
That's why I said, is he okay?
Threw him
I was
like
worried.
a javelin.
I was worried he might have broken
Poor
his
Otis,
arm.
he tried to catch him. But he was like, fuck dude, I can't catch you if you're being all weird.
I can't jump that high.
Well, it's not just that, but he jumped all off.
Right.
Like he didn't jump right at him like he's supposed to. He kind of jumped over him, like he overdid his flight pattern. And it didn't work out so well.
Otis got to be upset. He's going to turn on Gabe.
Mmm.
Look at Seth's suit. $1 million suit right there.
He looks like he's wearing his grandma's drapes.
Like a couch. That'd be a badass couch.
Wouldn't it? I mean, I wouldn't mind the upholstery being that, by the way. I mean,
Right.
that's actually really cool. But it's funny as a suit jacket. Let's see. So it says, Travis, what made WCW fall, in your opinion?
There was a lot of reasons, but besides the self-explosion, WWF at the time was using sex to sell. And so their ratings were coming back up. I think WCW could have still survived. I mean, obviously the final blow was Ted Turner selling his company. Because if Ted Turner wouldn't have sold his company, WCW would have still been around. He would have just kept throwing money at it. It would have been a sideshow joke and all that. But so obviously him selling his company was the major thing. But in the wrestling industry, the bad problem about it was the horrible writing. Vincent Russo, horrible. I think Vince sent him there. Maybe was paying him millions to do that. Just, I mean, he became champion.
Like, because he was the writer?
Right.
I mean, it's kind of like what Joe's doing down in NXT.
Joe.
Samoa Joe.
Oh.
He's he's a GM, so he's making himself a champion.
But he's a wrestler. Like, that's somewhat believable. This would be like Paul Heyman being champion.
Right, but still, it's kind of the same thing in a sense because he hasn't wrestled for how long, and he wanted to wrestle, but they're like, no, so they fired him, and then Triple H went and hired him as a GM, and now he's like, well, I'll instigate myself into the wrestling again.
Right, but
by myself because I can, because I'm this person, I have power.
I'm just saying you have a whole bunch of wrestlers, and they had him win it. They had David Arquette win it. David Arquette was WCW champion.
Right.
That type of shit. It was the end. You knew it was the end.
The crap that
they had Goldberg, they had Hulk Hogan, they had Rick Steiner, they had Scott Steiner, they had Hall and Nash, they had DDP, they had Booker T. I think Jericho was gone at that time. Stone Cold was already gone at that time. I'm trying to think who else they had. Albert. He's this big dude. A lot of people don't remember him, but anybody would have been better than David Arquette.
Alita says Matty Ice is gone. Yeah, I don't know who that is. Sophie says, do you see AEW Rampage falling rating wise so bad that TNT would cancel it after a month or two?
Yes.
Possibly.
If it's on Friday nights at 10 o'clock.
Yes.
It's so weird. Come on, guys. People are trying to go get Strange.
Vindicator says, I just saw a fat guy pick up another fat guy. I heard the WWE chairman doesn't like this kind of representation in his theatrical squared circle. He was more of a guy in green shirt and hat fan.
Yes.
So he says, remember ECW was part of the Invasion storyline? Walter's like, the Street Profits will win. And the Street Profits did win, Walter. You got it correct. Good job, buddy.
Fantastic.
Sophie says, F, Mary, Kill for D. John Cena, Cesaro, and Roman Reigns. Oh, God. I don't think I can answer that.
Oh, what was it?
Who would you fuck, marry, or kill?
Oh,
my question
that's
for me.
a fun one.
John Cena, Cesaro, Roman Reigns.
Well, John Cena's the richest, so you want to marry him.
Ew. That's the one I'd
Just
kill.
don't put clothes in your hamper.
Walter's like, yes, they won. Robbie's like, Otis is fuming. Walter's like, get the medics for Otis. He's fuming, not really, hurt. Robbie says, Seth repping in that suit. Alita says, Walter, are you watching? Vindicator says, the women in this chat are not horny, are they? Question mark. LOL. Sophie says, excuse me. Sophie says, I still don't get why they broke up a tag team of Otis and Tucker and put him in another team not that long after.
Right? It kind of reminds you of the Iconics.
Maybe they felt like he wasn't working as hard as he should being with Tucker. And they needed him to work harder, and so they put him with Chad Gable, who is a collegiate wrestler, who's an Olympic wrestler, and maybe that's helping him, because that was one of the reasons why he got sent down to the performance center, was because it was like, your physique is terrible, we need you to get your shit together. So, but the thing of it was, is weird about that is, like, Otis was working his ass off, like, on all of his videos before that even happened.
He was doing really good, and he was getting skinnier. He quit, obviously. But
he had to have, because something happened. Yeah, it's weird. He's not looking as good as he did, that's for sure. Alita wants to know if Walter's watching. Walter says no, Alita, just Falcons game. Sophie says, if the WWE didn't buy WCW, how long could you see WCW lasting? It shut its doors for good.
But if Ted Turner wouldn't have sold it, he wouldn't have cared.
Yeah.
You got to remember how much money Turner Enterprises had at that time. They were like one of the biggest companies in the world.
Right.
At the time of their merger with Time. It was Time Warner, right? It was Time and
yeah.
The other one, and they merged.
I don't remember what the other one was, but we've talked about it before, but I don't remember what I can't remember the other side.
Anyways, it was a mega company when he was there.
Mm-hmm.
And then he sold it because he got old and he wanted to be able to ride his horse from New Mexico to Montana without leaving his property. Think about that. That's, 4 states?
Jesus. Did he do it?
Yeah. He has a path.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he can ride a horse from his ranch in Montana to his ranch in New Mexico without leaving his property.
That's fucking weird. Why would anybody want that? I mean, I guess that's kind of cool, but at the same time, it's just fucking weird.
Mm-hmm. It's like $400 million or something.
Huh.
So he's like, oh, that's nothing.
Alita said to Walter, that's what I meant, if he's still watching the Falcons game. Vindicator says Seth shops at the Halloween party store for sure. Such a sore for side eyes. It's scary. I don't know. I think, I personally, I don't like it as a suit. Because it looks like it should belong in your grandma's, like, couch
I think
upholstery.
It would just be a nice.
But I think it would be an awesome upholstery for a couch. Like, I look at it and I'm like, I would put that in my house, like as upholstery on a couch. I would have that as my conversational piece. You know what I mean? Let's see. Vindicator said that. Ravi says WCW was decent. Walter says, yes, Falcons are losing. Alita says, I'm so glad Maddie is gone. Sophie says there were a lot of split crowd reactions when
How do you
David
not
Arquette
like
won.
Matt Ryan? He was one of my favorite quarterbacks.
Anyways,
He was my quarterback on my fantasy team when I played fantasy football years ago.
right.
Matty Ice.
Sophie says there were a lot of split crowd reactions when David Arquette won the WCW championship when it happened.
Whoever cheered needs to be shot.
Right?
Just kidding.
Ravi says Cena
was
has
weird.
too many rules to live by. Yeah, he's a little bit of a wackadoodle. Ravi says, D, you would wear that suit better than Seth. No, possibly not. Alita says, I grew up on WCW. And Walter says, okay,
Me
bye, guys.
too.
See you Monday for Raw. All right, Walter, have a great weekend, bud. And we will definitely see you on Monday for Raw.
It was down south wrestling, which you were down south. So it makes complete sense to grow up in that area
And watch WCW.
and watch WCW because WCW was the NWA first.
Right?
And it was down south wrestling. So it was like the Mecca. I mean, that's where she's at, is where it was.
Right.
I'm pretty sure it was in Georgia.
He's showing, they're showing
talk
his
about
background.
a recap here, guys.
You want to talk about recapping with Skunk Boy?
Back to Skunk Boy days.
Back to Skunk Boy days.
Old Dean Ambrose.
Oh, they have to like talk. Why are we talking about old people's stuff? This is just stupid.
Because he tried to break his neck.
My question is what are the people that paid for their tickets in the audience fucking doing
They're
right
watching
now?
this. It's on a Megatron.
I didn't even know that Edge was in there. That he won it from Edge.
No.
Oh.
He won it from Roman.
Oh.
Well, he pinned Roman to win it from Brock.
Oh.
Brock was the champion, wrestling Roman, and then he cashed in, and they made it a triple threat.
Oh.
And then he pinned Roman.
Huh. Medicare's like it's genetically impossible for the guy called Otis to have a feminine physique. Yes.
Right.
Lieutenant Martha's in the chat saying Seth sounded like broken Matt Hardy for a second there.
Yes.
And Vindicator's like, bye, Walter. Good luck versus Dragunov. LOL. Alita says Turner owned the whole city. Turner owned everything.
I'm pretty sure he owned the Braves, the Hawks, and I don't know if I don't think he owned the football team. I don't remember him owning the football team. But he owned the Hawks. And we got to watch every Hawk game here. So we had the Superstation, and they played it on the Superstation. So I grew up an Atlanta Braves fan because we watched every game. It was televised.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense.
He owned the Braves, so we watched every Braves game. And Del Murphy is from here. And he was a Brave. He was one of their top Braves. He's a Hall of Famer, I think. Is he a Hall of Famer? Alita would be the one that would know.
Maddie? Who?
No, Del Murphy.
Oh, Del Murphy. Okay. Sophie says Tucker said in an interview that he didn't know that his team would break up until he found out.
That's how it works.
Yeah. Sophie says, do you see Impact going down the same route as WCW when they closing its doors at some point? With them closing their doors at some point?
I would hope not. I would hope somebody could fix that. It can't be that broken.
No.
There's too much good talent there to not make it thrive. And I don't know what their problem is. I don't watch it, but that would be a fun project. I would love to buy that and fix it because it wouldn't be that hard.
Right. Alita says he lost too many close games about Matty Ice. Vidir says, D, what type of conversations would you have around a floral covered sitting apparatus? Things about tea and the Queen of England. That would what you'd have to talk about. Either that or knitting. Possibly knitting. Ravi says, LOL, let's all go around to Dee's and talk to her about her cover on her couch. Nice. AJ's in the chat saying I saw Ambrose for even a sec there. Yep, he was in there, wasn't he? Alita says, yes, was on TV shows every week. Ravi says they should bring back What Chance. And Sophie says, everybody makes fun of the WWE for how many hours of TV they have, but AEW got a lot more hours with their 2 YouTube shows and other 2 different TV shows. Yeah, but it's not...
Different, yeah.
I don't know if I'd really consider YouTube shows TV time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, there's not that many people that watch those. Maybe 150,000.
Yeah. Alita says, I was on taped shows every week. Nice. And Sophie says, it must have been fun when the WWE edits stuff. And Alita says, yes, Dale Murphy and Bob Homer.
Yeah. So, and he's from here. Like, a lot of, like, my old roommates and stuff, they, like, their dads grew up with him.
That's pretty cool. Ooh, the future of his family. Sophie says WWE almost lost the Monday Night Wars in the beginning of it.
He was a Mormon.
Oh, yeah. Not surprising. He's from here. Sophie says, I think Impact is the only wrestling promotion that still tapes their shows and also with no fans. I didn't know Impact didn't have fans. That's weird.
Well, they don't travel, so it makes sense.
Right? Princess Twilight says,
Prince Twilight?
is in the chat saying, I miss 2014. Me too. I was a lot younger then.
That's when I moved in here.
Had a really good job. Things were looking up. And then they died. Vindicator says, D, are you and Travis doing SummerSlam predictions with Joe or by yourselves?
We'll do it with Joe.
We'll probably do it with Joe. We'll have to figure out a time, though.
Probably just earlier that same day.
Ooh, either that or Friday, unless he has stuff he does on Friday.
I don't know. Is he going to be doing Rampage? Do you guys know if Joe is doing Rampage?
Princess Twilight says, way better than 2020 and 2016. Sophie says, did you hear about the change to the fight card on Saturday, August 21st?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Earl Spence had a cut in his retina or something.
He had something happen to his eyeball. So he can't box. So Pacquiao's up against some other person that nobody knows who he is.
Daquan or whatever. I don't know.
Exactly.
Duwani. It's starting with a D, I'm pretty sure. Or a U. I'm horrible with letters.
Names, you mean?
That too. All right, Mysterios. Obviously against the Usos, one of them. Is that a tag match?
No, he's in his wrestling attire, so it could be. There you go.
Or the Usos will interfere.
Oh my god, is he wearing diaper pants tonight?
Stay focused.
I can't. Not if he's wearing diaper pants.
Oh, it's a glorious show-offs.
Well, look on the road. That's up next. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Sophie says Joe is doing Rampage. Fantastic for Joe.
Good.
Dedicated man. All right, here's a trivia question for you
He
guys.
usually goes back to sleep.
Right? Whom did Randy Savage defeat to become Macho King?
I remember him being Macho King. I just don't remember who he beat.
Mm-hmm. So it's like, so with the change to the fight card, I wonder if that will affect their pay-per-view buys at all.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, completely. Like, I
went from gonna buy it to I'm not gonna buy it now.
Yeah. Yeah, we went to, ooh, what are we going to do? There's 2 pay-per-views on. We're going to have to watch kind of one while the other one's on. Hopefully we can catch the end of it before.
Right.
And now it's to, I don't give a flying rat's ass.
I honestly don't care.
Like, it's like, nah, don't care.
I mean, if Pacquiao wins, good for him. I'm glad he won in his 50s or 70s.
Yeah, against some nobody that nobody knows who he is. Yeah, they can't protect you against that. Well, we should have left home earlier.
Dun, 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 dun.
No.
You don't like that song?
I only like it when Paul Heyman sings it.
Do you have that WWE soundtrack in your truck as you're rolling around with your system on?
Whatever, 12 wouldn't be a problem. Did you see what was it, the last part of it or whatever? Charcoal was down there too. Could you imagine buying like 10 bags of charcoal?
It's a party.
You'd be like, all right, we're going to be doing this a lot. Just saying. A lot.
I used to cook with charcoal. I couldn't imagine doing it now. I don't have the patience. Just to light it on fire took like 17 gallons of gas.
Sophie says I can't answer that question because I wasn't born yet. That's all right. Alita says I don't have to pay for the fight. Oh, cool. Sophie's like, I thought with pay-per-view providers, they usually don't have 2 pay-per-views on the same day.
I don't know how they're going to do it. Like, which one are they going to show on In Demand? I mean, obviously they have to be set up to do it, but
I'm sure they have way more, whatchamacallits.
Channels
to do it, you weirdos.
But I would assume boxing would take precedence on the 460 on Dish. And the reason I say that is because the wrestling's on Peacock.
Yeah. Did you do something weird with your phone? Or did it die?
Maybe. Just shut off.
Oh.
I got bored of playing.
I'm like, what? Usually you have it playing, so. Usually I see 2 things over there. Sophie says there are still people out there who buy the WWE pay-per-view like people used to before the network was a thing. Yes, there are people out there that still do that, especially since they got rid of the network and they put it on Peacock or something. Some people still refuse to buy it and then just maybe get the pay-per-views or not. Maybe they just go to...
It's so weird for me to think of because, I'm old enough to where I could go either way.
Right.
But pay $45 a show would just be weird.
Yeah. The answer to that trivia question was Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Oh.
That's who it was. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Answers are
there.
there.
Rude just throwing Mysterio right into the corner. Ray's got a very colorful diaper on tonight. It even looks like it's like got the pins. The safety pins on it.
It looks like a diaper this time. I hate it when he wears these type of outfits.
It's almost like they're whitey tighties over, like how the shape of them. Da, 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 da.
So we saw that SummerSlam will be in movie theaters. I don't know how that will affect the buy rate.
That'd be pretty fun.
It's interesting and weird.
I mean, more power to you. I'd love to go to one of those. Although we wouldn't be able to do our show because I'm sure they would have problems with you live casting in the middle of the theater.
But like, I'm sorry, but you can't do that.
We do it in the projector room. So we can still see, but not really.
We have no idea what's happening. We can't hear it.
Hey, trust me, we'll get copyrighted, so we don't want anything on here. But can we sit in the lobby and do our show? Sure.
Vindicator is like, I'm not sure why the guys in the blue are called dirty dogs. They're so squeaky clean and overly tanned. They're more like pampered kittens.
Mm-hmm. The glorious show-offs.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep their name real. There's a big tag. Rude kicking Mysterio right in the ribs.
In the ribs?
Right in the ribs.
Right in the ribs. Sophie says pretty soon the people who still haven't signed up for Peacock to get to the WWE Network might have no choice.
Yes. And if Peacock goes out during the show, which it seems to do.
All the time. Like pay-per-views that it's done it so far, all of them. That's been on there. Which isn't very helpful. Really, right?
Dominic going right up to the top. Cross body. Neck breaker. Going after Rude. 1, 2. Dolph gets out of it. Ah, a little zigzag. How
With
famous
his
are
butt
names?
crack showing.
Yeah, his pants are like the old low cuts that the women used to wear in the 90s.
Right? He's like, my butt crack's out. Dolph's like, I don't care.
I like the plum.
It's like, pull up your pants. Pull up your pants.
RO 619. Usos interfering. Sort of. Distracting. Oh, Ray saves him.
Well, he was like, hit the like button, guys. Yeah, hit the like button. So if he's like, I think Dolph Ziggler contract might be running out soon. Possibly, I don't know.
There it is. Dominic pins Rude.
Ooh, bummer.
Ray's son. Seven time.
7-10. 7-10. Are they speaking Spanish?
Some of it. Every 3 words or so.
So they're speaking Spanglish. Alita's saying he will get re-signed. Dolph? Yeah, there's a good possibility. Vindicator says, if I hit the like button, will it hit me back? I'm not totally comfortable with violence.
Right, yeah, you gotta kind of just softly click on it.
Pretty sure that it doesn't hit back. So if he says most of the people who didn't subscribe to Peacock yet are the ones who canceled their WWE Network subscriptions when they found out that there won't be any more WWE Network normal.
It's tough that they got rid of that. I really did like the network.
Yeah. Especially since they kept all their old stuff on there and didn't PC it to death. Why are we listening to this garbage again?
I told you they turned into Raw.
I hate this
They
crap.
started doing the recap stuff. I mean, shit, earlier we had Seth doing recaps from 1992.
If I was somebody there and I bought a fucking ticket to this, I would want my fucking money back. I'd be like, I did not come to this to watch this shit when I could just watch it at home on TV.
You came to see the butts in the contract signing.
I did. I came to see ass cracks.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I saw. I just saw a fucking ass crack. Diaper boys. Old geriatrics with their diapers on out there. And contract signings.
Whatever it takes
Yeah.
to have a good time. Butt cracks, butts, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
2K22. There's an advertisement for it right there.
Oh, good for them. So he says that blowing the kids,
jeez.
the kiss and goodbye was a reference to CM Punk when he won the championship in 2011.
Here he comes. Here comes the hobo.
Interesting. Hey, it's
Too
Mr.
bad they don't
Baron
have
Corbin.
Alberto Del Rio in his car anymore. He could be cleaning his windows. That would be funny shit.
Oh my god, that would be pretty funny. But not getting any money for it, really, right?
Mm-hmm.
His last plea. It's his last plea.
Thank goodness. Then they can start building a character out of him. Is this heels?
They should have showed him in the back, like in a cardboard box.
Yeah.
So he had to be like that.
CM Punk's in this.
Alita's like, wish I could watch butt crack. Well, Dolph Ziggler's butt crack will be on your TV coming to you tomorrow, Alita. So make sure you watch Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler's match with the Mysterio people, because he definitely had the butt crack showing. Vindicator's like, diapers and cracks are the only thing in the life worth the full price of Delita's ticket admission.
That's it.
Sophie says, do you think people who bought tickets for all these past WWE shows and future only bought them because they missed watching wrestling live for a year and a half? No, I think that they're really big fans and they're excited that they had their shows back and wanted to go to something that was normal in life.
Right. There's probably a lot of first-time fans in the crowd, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, I want to go to a live show. What is it? Wrestling? Like Hulk Hogan? Yeah, like that, kind of.
That's it. That's the one. Totally.
John Cena's on there. Oh, John Cena's cool. Let's go.
Like, I've seen a movie with him, and it was really stupid.
Cockblockers. Or the one with the children.
Oh my god, that one was dumb as fuck. I hated that show.
I thought it was great.
You liked that one?
I didn't hate it.
The one where he was
It's just a cute little kid show. It's fine.
Okay, that's probably why I didn't like it, because it's just weird. It's like some of the...
I watched last night I watched I Love You, Beth Cooper. And that shit's pretty funny.
Yeah, I saw you watching your porn when I came in.
That was the end.
That was the porn.
Loud.
Sophie's like, this next takeover is rumored to be the final takeover under the old format. I didn't know they had new formats happening.
What's the new format going to be? You mean the wrestlers? Or what format are we talking about?
Oh, I thought for a minute there was like a reality show, and I'm like, that's a weird reality show. Well, they're like, no, really, we're doing this. Then here's like, not very much excitement happens in Oklahoma, Sophie. So it was going to sell out no matter what. Oh, I didn't know they were in Oklahoma. Is that where they're at?
The Oklahoma Stampede.
Is that where they're at today?
I have no idea where they're at.
I have no idea either. I didn't even know they were even close to Oklahoma. They in Tulsa or something?
I pretty much talked the whole time.
Yeah.
Cardi B. Now it's up, now it's up, now it's up, now it's up, now it's not down, and now it's up, now it's up, now it's up.
Well, at least you know the lyrics, because that's all it says.
Baron Corbin looking
That
good.
person in the background's like, hey, Corbin, need some change? He forgot his beard dye. Why is his heart in a cage? That's just weird.
Well, it's better than in a blender.
It's a weird tattoo. Sophie says next weekend is going to be interesting with the SmackDown stars not really having any days off. They're working back to back. Alita says, okay, man, this is preseason. I think this should have been on Fox Sports. Right? Like, why wouldn't they put the preseason on Fox Sports and just show the regular Fox stuff? That makes absolutely no sense. Especially since it's both
wrestling
sports.
on Fox Sports? Or do they just cancel it?
They put it on for tomorrow night, is what Alita was telling Walter. Sophie says the new format of NXT is going to be like the version of NXT in 2010 with no wrestlers over 30 and no midgets are allowed on it.
Okay. So basically, they're going to just start prepping people that can make it to the main roster instead of people that can't.
So basically, it's going to be their training ground again?
Right.
So instead of it being its own
thing for smaller wrestlers, for the fans that like the smaller guys,
mm-hmm.
It's going to be
not fun
for people that watch the main stuff. You can watch that also.
Kevin Owens is like, oh, dude, seriously. He hasn't been around for a minute. If that is real, the crowd's pretty excited to see some Kevin out there. Then here's
I
like
just
Corbin.
like the Tyrannosaurus Rex skull on his arm.
He has a couple of dinosaur skulls on him, actually. Sophie says, Vindicator says Corbin aged very quickly since his Lone Wolf NXT days. I guess he was beaten down by the lack of Universal Championship opportunities. And Pepper Owens is in our chat saying it's time to shut him up for good. Arr. Yeah, you need to stop embarrassing yourself. Nobody wants to help you. You loser.
No, he didn't want to help himself. He just wants a handout. Nobody does. Not even Jeff Bezos. When he was starting Amazon, he needed $1 million, and he just went to people and asked for 50,000. So even Bezos wasn't even asking for.
Sophie says, if NXT is going back to development, why put it back to the WWE network like it was when they first launched?
Well, they can get some more money off the television network.
Yeah. Just because they're taking it back to development type stuff doesn't mean that they can't still have good stuff.
Okay, they're not taking it back to development. It's still development. It's the same thing. They're just going to have different people. And where are they getting these different people? Like, that's the part I'm like, so are they signing anybody that I don't know?
Right.
So, I mean, it's slowly start to change.
To get $1,000, he has to beat Kevin Owens in a match right now. And Kevin Owens will give him $1,000 to leave. He has to help himself, though. That's how he has to help himself. Uh-oh. And you help yourself.
Take it, Corb.
Do it, Corbin. Do it. Ultimatums.
A lot of bums don't like to work for their food.
They don't. They just want to be.
So,
they have it for free, and people give shit to them all the time.
Oh shit!
Oh, dude.
A stunner before the match even starts.
He didn't even
Come
get
on.
a chance to have a chance.
That's ridiculous.
I guess he's not fighting for it.
It'll
He
be
didn't
after
even
the
take
break.
him up on the fight, so
I think it's after the break.
is it?
Maybe it's next week.
Excuse me, ma'am. Where's your whip? Jesus.
Sasha Banks looks dangerous.
Reminds me of that song, that sex song that they sing in even in Pitch Perfect when they do it in the pool, the sing off thing.
Yeah,
That
one.
Mm-hmm. The sex
I
and
may be
chains
good,
and sex,
but- or
chains
I
and
may
whips
be
me.
bad, but I'm perfectly good at it. Sex in the air. Because I know the smell of it. I don't know.
Right. The
Sticks
song.
and stones may break my bones, but
Chains and whips excite me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Sasha right now. She totally in the epitome of that song right this second. Let's see. Vindicator's like, do you need to teach Corbin how to properly iron a fancy dress shirt and change him $1,000? Charge him $1,000 for it? No. And I highly doubt he even owns an iron, let alone has anywhere to iron it at. Sophie says Vince didn't get Bronson Reed. That's why they released him.
Yeah, Vince went and watched him over 3 or 4 times, and he just couldn't do it. He couldn't handle it. He's like, no.
Yeah.
He's too sloppy. He doesn't do things the right way, and he just said no.
Yep.
And he said, why would we pay him if he's never going to end up on the main roster? It makes no sense to continue to pay him. So let him go. Let him find somewhere else to figure out what he's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, my thing would be like, why not put him back over in NXT Europe?
Yeah.
And he can be home and wrestle.
Yeah. Why
And
not?
still make a living.
Yeah. I don't know exactly where he's from, but
He speaks European languages. English. I think he's just English.
just from the UK or something.
Yeah.
Alita says they're wrestling schools. Pepper Owens says I'm gone. And Alita says bye. And Sophie says, did you hear about Johnny Gargano and Candice are expecting their first kid?
I seen that. She's due in February. I sent that to her yesterday.
Yes, I had great.
Their baby's going to be like 14 inches long and weigh 6 pounds, maybe 4 pounds, 5 pounds. Full term, maybe even stay in there 2 extra weeks.
It's going to grow up to be Julia Hart, or not Julia Hart, but the other one. The legit, whatever.
Layla Hirsch.
Layla Hirsch. It's going to grow up to be Layla Hirsch. A midget. And have multiple tantrums. Vindicator's like, I like the boss and dominatrix mode, right? Playboy Starlight Glimmer says, Sasha Banks looks like Catwoman with that new attire on.
Yes.
Alita says 59 Shades. Sophie says NXT is weird. Triple H says it's a third brand, while Vince says it isn't a third brand.
It's definitely not, and we know it now.
Yeah.
When Charlotte took away 2 of her title reigns, that's it. On the main roster, like a month ago, she was saying 13 times. 13. I'll be the 13th time. I'll be the 13th time. She wins it, and then she becomes the 11th time.
Yeah. She changed her tune, and that means that they no longer associate with NXT as, if you were in NXT and were a champion, it means nothing in the main roster stuff. So, Vindicator says, Catwoman never looked like that, Starlight, LOL, unless you bought an XXX comic from the back of the store, right? Sophie says, Keith Lee finally explained why he was gone for most of this year in a video.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It says, so Candace has been wrestling while pregnant most of this time.
I don't know how many months away February is, so maybe.
Well, it's August. So you got August, September, October, November, December, January, February.
You don't count the month you're in.
Yeah, you do. It's basically a full month.
Right. So August to September. September to August. Or September to October. November, December, January, February. So 6.
Okay.
So, what are they pregnant 10 months? 43 weeks or something like that? So she's been pregnant for 4 months. But has she been wrestling?
She's at her 12-week part.
Has she been wrestling? I don't think she's wrestled. But I could be wrong. I haven't watched it. And right now it's all about her and her husband's stock in indie wrestling. Indy Hartwell. On their dates.
Oh, him stalking Dexter Lumis and Indy. He's such a weirdo. So he says it must be weird at the McMahon family house between Triple H and Vince. I don't think Vince really gives a shit.
It's his business. It's his dad's business. It's
just
his
because
legacy.
just because Vince's daughter married the guy doesn't mean that Vince has to like him.
I'm sure he likes him just fine. He's his grandkids' dad.
Right, but that doesn't mean you have to like him.
You don't have to have business. I mean,
Sophie says Keith Lee had COVID and some heart problems. Eva Marie is in the chat saying, I'm here. The stream has now evolved. It's Eva and then LVED, so whatever that means. Evil lived. Yes. Chris is in the chat saying Sasha was looking like Scarlet.
Yeah, she looked good.
And Sophie says, isn't Candace an NXT Women's Tag Champion? Yeah.
I don't know who the tag team champions are, to be honest.
I don't think it's her anymore. I don't
have no
even
idea.
know who she was champion.
Like I said, I watched last week, but they didn't have a women's tag team championship match on, so I have no idea. But if she is, they're obviously going to be forfeiting it.
Yeah.
Is it her in Indy? I
didn't think any pictures I saw of her she had a belt on anywhere. I thought they lost it already. He was fined for violating the WWE dress code.
Big right hand. I remember he's a Golden Glove boxer.
He is. He is totally. Then here's like NXT tag champs right now are Io Shirai and Zoe Stark. That's what I figured. I didn't think it was I know Candice LeRae, they won it once, right? She did win it. Didn't Candice LeRae win it with somebody else? And then they lost it like not too long after.
I have no idea.
I thought, but maybe not. Sophie says Keith Lee would have died if he kept wrestling, and I'm surprised the WWE let him do that type of video. He probably talked to him about it because people were wondering what was going on. And now he can release it because he's better and he's back. So it's different.
Yeah, when he came back in February, he could have died.
It's kind of like the whole thing with John Moxley and his infection, his horrible infection he had in his elbow. It's kind of the same thing. Like, he had to wear a bandage on it and couldn't wrestle for a while, and then people asked and 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 asked. And so finally they were like, fine, here, we're going to have you say this so that people will stop asking what's wrong. Chris says, what if Corbin's story is that he is faking being poor?
I'm sure it is.
It's a possibility, sure. He just wants everybody to feel sorry for him and help him and all that
He's
stuff.
just trying to get some money right here, guys. Show the man some pity.
My God. Show some empathy, people.
Throw money at him like a stripper. Somebody can get him.
Give him some Young Bucks money. Sophie says, did you guys see Tyler Bree's interview with Chris Van Valet? Valet?
What about it?
Did you guys see it? The Tyler Bree's interview with him?
No.
Alita's like, he's not poor. He needs to just go out there and be like, I'm poor. Help me. I'm poor. And then he'll totally get money.
The Night House.
Weird.
Oh, it sounds like a song in the 60s.
I guess. Sophie says there were people speculating that the WWE kept Keith Lee off TV all these months because of his weight.
Nah.
Travis and I kind of talked about it a little bit, thinking it was like either a weird niggling injury that kept him off or sickness. But we figured it was unicorn sprinkles when Mia Yim came out and said she was positive. Like the minute she said that, we were like, yeah, he has COVID. Or had it, and now he's having complications with it. Which, that's what happened. He got unicorn sprinkles, and then he had horrible complications because he is, unfortunately, a statistic. And this is nothing against African-American men, but he's an African-American male who's getting older, and he's a little bit heavier, and they sometimes are more susceptible to heart problems. It's actually just what it is. It's unfortunate. It's sad. But it happens to a lot of them. They just, unfortunately, just up and die from heart attacks. It's horrible. I think it is anyways. Because they're always so young. They're always like under 50 sometimes, you know? So it's like really sad. And you don't ever want to see that.
I don't know how old Lee is.
I think he's only like, I think he's like 38. But, you know, I mean...
Happens.
Yeah. I mean, the thing of it is like this. Like, you
British
could have...
Bulldog died at 20 or 39, I think.
Yeah. I mean,
and
it's just...
There's other ones. Brian Pillman died in his 30s.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of guys that are, not African-American that happens to also. Like, I mean, there's multiple people that, no matter what, they're healthy as a horse. You think nothing could kill them. They go out for a run and they just immediately die. Like, in the middle of their runs.
All right, well, it looks like Kevin Owens made it back into the ring, sort of. He was trying to go
It's just one of those things.
All right, we going to get a superplex?
Yeah, super. Vindicator says, all right, guys, show is almost over, only 20 minutes left, so get in those predictions. Who will hit the other first tonight? Bianca or Sasha? I'm going with EST. You think that Bianca is going to get the hit first, or she's going to be hit first?
No, she'll hit first.
Do you think she's going to get violent first? Like, Sasha's going to, like, taunt her into hitting her?
she can't control herself.
No, she's...
There it is! It's on!
He almost did.
Why'd they cut the show to the audience?
Oh! I don't know. They want to see people's reactions.
A pretty girl.
Like, look at this reaction! Boom!
Look at these people. They're famous.
We don't know who you are. Let's see. As Alita says, yes, it does, and it's sad. Yeah, it's horrible. Sophie says, sometimes with my Fox, they put SmackDown on FS1 because of a regular football or the World Series.
Right.
Yeah. Sophie says, I'm surprised that this is the wrestling main event tonight. It's not really.
There's going to be a contract signing. But
There's a contract signing.
I think this is the last match.
This might be the last match, maybe.
All right, 1, 2, and after the choke slam, he couldn't get it.
Alita is definitely going with the EST on that one too, huh? So Vindicator, you, Alita, Candice LeRae is in the chat saying, I have stolen Indy's phone. What has she been doing?
She's a dirty girl.
I don't know, but
she
really, really likes Dexter Lumis. She's obsessed with him. Sophie says, who knows how long it took Keith Lee to convince the WWE to let him release that video. And it may not have taken any time at all. It could have been they worked together to collab the information. Is he finally going to do it?
1, 2, and 3. No!
Oh, he thought he had it. Chris says, OMG, now Candace in chat, you guys are the worst wrestling fans. LO, posing as wrestlers. What the fuck? Oh, Chris, it's okay. People do it all the time. It's just all in fun and games, right? It's like Comic Con. Only it's Wrestling Con. Always the half glass full, aren't ya?
Here it comes. Oh, but he gets kicked.
Oh, he caught it. Oh, wow. The ref like, oh, crap, Pepper, get out of the way. I'm in the way. I didn't know I was in the way. Oh, Corbin was trying to cheat.
He's too distracted by the ref now. Stunner. And no!
Oh.
Rolls up the big man. Got him. Kevin Owens with the dub.
Oh, bummer. Poor Corbin. Now he has
Instead of just letting him stunner him, one move before they did a roll-up.
Of course. They're like, let's
well,
do
we
a
don't want
roll-up.
to bury Corbin.
Because
so we're just gonna
everybody likes roll-ups. Let's see. Candice LeRae is like, Candice. Who is Candace? I don't know who Candice is or Candace. Alita says, anyone watch the Tom and Jerry movie? No.
You're fired.
Sophie says, wow, finally real reactions. Are you talking from the audience? Like they actually showed the audience? Maybe it's because they're reacting like they want them to, and so they're showing it now. Pepperone says, I win. And Sophie says, I saw the Tom and Jerry movie. It wasn't great. Well, I'm pretty sure I won't watch it. But Alita says, asking if anybody did. And I personally have not, and I'm not sure I really care. Penmanship. Her N looks like an M that she put in her name.
Mm-hmm.
Bianca. But Bianca? Let's see. Chris says, well, earlier there was Eva Marie in chat, and I asked her if I could eat her out, and she left. So maybe you'll leave if I ask you the same.
Oh my God.
I did not see that comment, so maybe they didn't see the comment.
It did pop up on our stuff.
I would have read it, and I didn't read anything like that until now. So, yeah. Alrighty then. Oh, Alita's like, it was good. The Tom and Jerry movie was good. Good to know, Alita. Vindicator's like, whoa, Bianca is the oldest Spelling Bee champion I have ever seen. And Sophie's like, who watches the challenge like me? Who watches the challenge like me? I've never seen the challenge.
I don't even know what it is.
Don't know, right?
Is it the ninja stuff?
YBD is not in the chat. Says, is the AEW thing tonight? Yes. Rampage is tonight after this SmackDown. Sophie says, Travis, where did you get the puppet? I bought it off of the WWE shop.
WWE shop. It's
I
Vince
wanted
McMahon.
it. It's Mr. McBossman. It is not Vince McMahon.
We'll probably never see it again.
No, it was from the Firefly Funhouse, and it was Mr. McBossman. He showed up in the WrestleMania match with The Fiend and John Cena. And he said, "This is some good shit." It was hilarious. It was funny as shit. So
now it's a collector's item because you can't find it anymore.
Probably not, unless people got rid of them. YBD says, "I joined this stream and I hear that." Right? Sophie says Goldberg and Bobby Lashley are like 4 or 5 years older from each other.
Yeah.
Nice. Vinicare says, everyday life for me is enough of a challenge to watch. YBD says, I got 4 hours of wrestling to watch. Oh, yeah? 4 hours.
It's only 2 hours. It's only 1 hour. Rampage is just 1 hour.
Yeah. It's only 1 hour of whatever it's going to be. I have no idea. I'm probably going to go to the grocery store instead.
Nice. Have a complete day. Get a bunch of shit done. It's a full day.
I've done a lot today.
Hey, look who it is. Palomalu or whatever.
Is his hair really that gray?
Now, yeah. He played in the freaking early 2000s.
Isn't he still playing?
No.
Oh, did he retire finally?
The guy that was next to him was, though. The guy he was stalking.
Oh, yeah, but he was telling he should use that stuff.
That's the quarterback for the Chiefs. I can't remember his name.
Don't know his name.
How can I not think of his name? He's like the most popular player in the NFL, probably.
Mahomes?
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes.
Hey, I knew a name.
Good job.
I guessed an answer. Good for me. I get a prize. YBD says, oh, thank God. Yeah, it's only an hour. And it should go by pretty fast because they have, like, it's supposed to be really packed full of just matches. So.
Well, there's 3 matches that we know of.
Yeah, for sure.
Miro is wrestling some, luchador, what's fire? El Fuego del Toro or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
And if he wins, he gets a contract.
The Fire of the Bull. What a weirdo.
Yeah. And then the other one is Britt Baker and Red Velvet.
And then Cage and Omega is the first match of the night.
We'll be starting it out, so.
Baron's like, no, I can't beg for money.
That's what he needs, a little sugar honey.
Well, his wife did leave him, so.
Oh.
What oh, is he attacking somebody? Oh. Oh my God, he stole Peggy's money in the bank.
Oh my God. Can he catch that out? That's so beautiful.
Oh my God, no.
That would be off the charts.
Oh my God, poor Biggie. Like they do him dirty like Otis.
I would love it. I would absolutely love if they do that storyline. Oh, it'll upset so many people. And then if he cashes it in and wins a championship.
Oh my God, that would be.
It'd obviously be Bobby's championship.
Right? Sophie says I only got 2 hours of wrestling to watch tonight, guys. 1 hour or 4 hour, I could see TNT expanding Rampage to 2 and cutting an hour of one of their AEW YouTube dark shows. I don't see that they would. The YouTube dark shows are their own thing, and it's on YouTube. It's different.
They record those after the Wednesday show anyways.
Yeah.
By the way, they don't make those. Those aren't a separate day. They're Wednesday show. They're Dynamite just later.
Sophie says, 1 hour 4 now, right? Chris says Corbin stole money in the bank, haha. And Lieutenant Martha's like, security, help! Sophie says, is this the first time in a while that we see a rematch from WrestleMania for SummerSlam?
Yeah.
And Sophie's
I think
like,
Seth did it against Brock 2 years ago.
And Sophie was like, why did Dee laugh at that? Because it's fucking hilarious. Because it just reminds me of the shit that Miz did to fucking Otis. Like it's, to me, it's hilarious. I just think it's funny. Like, of all the people that he goes and picks on. he's like, oh, he can't even answer Kayla's question. He just literally runs and takes the fucking money in that big briefcase and then runs off with it. That's too funny. Biggie should know better that you have to chain that shit to yourself.
Right? With the little bracelet.
Yeah, so somebody has to chop off your hand in order to get it.
Sasha just tore it down coming out, by the way.
Yeah. I'm not sure I really am seeing people in the audience actually screaming for her, but...
Bianca or Sasha?
Bianca.
Nobody there is cheering.
Like, there's some people like, yay,
There's these people here jumping, and these people started clapping.
like, those people
There's
aren't
nobody
really...
in the crowd up there caring.
Nobody really cares back there.
I wonder why. She seems exciting. That girl good. There's mine. That girl good. That girl good. Nothing wrong with Bianca. The only thing wrong with Bianca is that she's not Sasha.
Right. So those people back there are like putting their little cards up, right? And they're like, yay, the EST, right? But it said TSE. So they had them backwards. The people had them backwards that had the little cards. They were holding up their letters.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of it saying EST, it said TSE. Whoops. And the guy is like, yeah. Then he looks at it and he's like, eh. But they had him, the E and the T person was all mixed up.
Okay, we got 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Let's see. Sophie says, I thought the AEW YouTube series was live.
I know that they do 2 recordings after Dynamite.
Sophie says, isn't one of their AEW YouTube shows competes against Raw every Monday? Yeah, it's their regular AEW Dark.
No, I think Dark's Tuesday.
Is Dark Tuesday? I thought that was the women's. That was Tuesday.
No. The one that Big Show does is Monday. I don't know what that one is.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that one was on there, too. Alita says, I love Bianca. A lot of people do. A lot of people like her. Ooh, mom's talking. Sophie says, in a couple of weeks, AEW hits 100 episodes of Dynamite. Nice. And Chris says, LL Corbin will win Universal title. LOL. Sophie's like, Biggie will win the WWE Championship from Goldberg.
Oh, yeah? Since Goldberg doesn't have the title.
Pump fake.
Let it rain.
What the? Oh, God, she's bringing out Carmella as a
Carmella
witness.
coming out as a witness. I mean, we all want to witness this. Ben just left, but... I mean, you left a while back anyway.
And Zelina Vega.
They're bringing out the eye candy for this one.
They're like, well, I need to wear my pants so that my underwear shows. And then Zelina's like, okay, well, I'll wear a top where my top shows under it. Is that perfect? Oh my God, that's totally awesome.
If there was a wrestling fan or a fan that, or a human turned Fox on right now, they'd be like, what is this?
Like, why are there these weird dominatrix women out here?
This is fantastic.
Who are these people?
What is this? This is wrestling?
Sophie's like, who's the blonde? That's Carmella, sweetie.
That's Carmella.
It's old Carmella out there. Vindicator says this is some good shit that just got real horrifying. I'm calling it a night, guys. See you for Monday Night Recap. Bye, Ben.
This is some good shit.
Have a good week.
AEW is in trouble if they're pulling these guns out. They're bringing the sex back. They're bringing sexy back.
Sure they are. Chris says, look at all these thoughts. Oh, she threw it at her. She did throw the first punch.
Oh,
what did she throw? She threw the contract at Sasha.
And there's the first contact.
Oh,
and their punches. Their first punches were landed by the S.
Yep. She threw the contract at her.
She can't control her temper.
That's it. That's what her problem is. She can't control her temper. And she needs to be really careful with those earrings, man. Those things are going to come right out. Oh, that one did. That one just popped right out of her ear.
Yeah, they just fall out.
Well, that's good, because if not, then they get, you know.
Oh, Carmella getting thrown out right on her tush.
She's got things. Oh!
That was a vicious move there. That wasn't a backstabber.
That was very more vicious than a backstabber.
It was like a sling blade.
Mm-hmm.
Look at her sitting on the table.
She's like, no, my lackeys are doing everything for me.
Enough.
Yes.
I got the rest, and she kicked him out. So Sasha's...
As Vindicator says, for your information, I was right. Bianca got the first hit. Bye! Bye, man. Oh, Sophie's like, oh, I didn't realize that was Carmella.
Yeah, she looks fantastic.
Yeah. Chris,
yeah, anyways, if anybody's watching Fox that's never seen wrestling before, they're now fans.
Well, only if they got to see this all the time, but you don't get to see this all the time. Chris says, hello, if I was in WWE, I couldn't handle myself. I'd be like Val Venus and say, hello, ladies.
Hello, ladies.
Oh, she's like, I will choke you with your own hair. Oh, my Lord. She's like, don't pull out my weave.
Oh, she braided that.
Creepy. Lena says, well, I have to go now. And then it says bye. And Sophie's like, Carmella looked like Mandy Rose at one point.
That girl good.
Good night, everyone. Yes, good night, all you wonderful people out there. Hey, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. We really appreciate you hanging out with us for some SmackDown. If you're interested, Rampage for AEW is going to be on next on TNT. So you better move over to your TNT if you're going to watch it. Are we watching it?
Oh, well, I'm going to watch it.
Are we doing stuff for it?
Oh, I wasn't planning on it.
Okay, good. I'm going to say bye
138.
then. All right, everybody. Again, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. And you guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. And a great weekend. Okay? All right.
Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.